Hello, hello, hello. I just come to a very, very important update on being aware and conscious. And a little while back, I realized this, and I used to call it being in deadly tune, being ever aware and ever conscious. Ever aware and ever conscious. As I take in my breaths intentionally, being there and being aware of these breaths. I'm being very aware and very conscious of these breaths. But how much time am I aware of other breaths? I'm not there, I'm not aware. And that's being in deadly tune. It's not about the breath. It's being very conscious and intentional and purposely in the moment and purposely taking in the beauty and the embrace of every given moment, no matter what situation is presented to you. It's almost like when you go outside and look. You go outside and look up at the sky. It's forever changing. And all you have is that one moment to embrace and take it in. And it's gone forever. You can never see the same thing, the same cloud or the same setting. It's always slightly different. And same with us. Even though being in deadly tune is absolutely amazing, I've realized that's the place that we're meant to be in as human beings, being alive, being very present, being conscious, being aware, being intentively enjoying and not perceiving things in a way that draws our attention out. And it's not going out, it's actually going in. And because we're drawn in, and our perception or a conversation that we had a long time ago keeps reoccurring, or a situation that we might have witnessed keeps replaying in our mind, and how we felt and how we could have reacted, or what we couldn't have said, or what we might have been able to say to help. All these little things are actually the exact thing that we're not meant to be in constant. We're meant to be in the moment. We are literally meant to be out of that place and in deadly tune more often than not. Now, I've come to a realization that the media, everyone, it's not everyone, but everything on a screen is competing to divide and conquer us being in the moment and being all present. Because if we can't be all present, we're always thinking of, or subconsciously thinking of, what the TV says, or what the Google says, or what someone else said. But these days, a lot of people are not so much in the moment. They're even thinking about what they self and what they don't like about themselves. They're so distracted by being subconsciously divided and conquered. That's the game that we're in. The game that we're in is being all present, where this meets this in the moment, and all we have is that little piece of time that we're in right here, right now, and we can't afford to give that up for too long. We can't even afford to give it up. That's what it means to be enlightened. To be enlightened is to be in the now, not in the past, or not in the, I can't do this, oh, no, poor me, oh, and there's so much, once you let that mind start whinging and whining and telling you what to do, telling you what it likes about you, telling it what it hates about you, telling you what you should change, it's like doing a burnout in your brain, and until you go sort them out, it still has more control over us, or over you, or over me, the thing in the mind that's very destructive. All it does is get your attention and go, what about this? What about that? This is the timeline. We're living in the timeline. And then if the thing in the mind can get us to focus on here, and sit in, instead of being like now that's what it means to ascend and descend. You literally have to be in the present moment, and matter of fact, I find it much easier to be in a place of being grateful, because you can't be grateful unless you're in this very moment and be very thankful for what you have right here, right now. There's no point in saying thank you for something that happened a long time ago. When you're thankful, you're usually only thankful when you're in the present. And so that's why it's good to be thankful. And that's why it's good to point out, this is why I'm grateful. This is why I'm grateful. This is why I'm grateful. But no, actually I said that wrong. But that's why it's good to point out in each given moment, not to seek in the past what you're grateful for, but be extremely grateful in each given moment, and just be like, well, thank you, kind sir, and just be extremely well-mannered, because that gives us the advantage, and that gives us the opportunity to be in the present moment. Even if others are not, it's not our job to draw them out. It's our job to be happy and be excited and be in the moment and enjoy every bit of this lifetime, and not be in that place of, oh, but I could have did this for them, or no, I'm gonna pray for that person, they got so many issues. Oh, now I'm not saying praying is wrong, as long as it gets you in the present moment, because that way you'll drop the baggage of thinking, oh, poor them, and then you can say, oh, thank you, God, please help them, God, because that way you're intentionally in the deadly tune, in the moment of interacting and being 100% there and aware of God's presence in your presence. And if that's how you get out of the past, if that's how you get out of that place of perceiving things, good, do that. But don't hold on to this stuff. Don't hold on to the baggage of poor them. and trying to help them, you'll drain yourself. Be in the moment and be like, if you can help them, give them money, give them money. If you can help them, give them food, give them food. If you can help them, give them encouraging words and a hug and a kiss, do that in the moment. But you only have that moment to run on, because when it's gone, and you don't have. It's no use in going back to the past and be like, no, 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 and give your mind something to chew on, because that way, that's the game we're in. The game we're in is, and I don't know what to call him. If he's the devil, if he's the ego, if he's some hurting brain thing that we always in there, and he's always like, oh no, he's always got something weird to say. We gotta get off the timeline and get in the moment and enjoy being present and being in God mode, because you can only be in God mode when you're in sync with the moment. That's why watching movies is horrible, because if you're in the place of watching a movie, it will be fun for the moment, but how many more times do you think about the movie afterwards? Bing, 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 time's running out. It's time to get present, consciously aware, consciously connected to the Lord, consciously connected to inner self, in deadly tune on purpose. If you're running, be in the place of running and enjoying the moment. I call it flowing. I call it flowing because for me, I think of it like I get to, and a lot of the time I can shut my eyes and I get things from the Lord because I'm all present. My mind is quiet enough to hear the Lord now. My heart syncs with His heart. My inner being is crying out to know the mysteries. And I get answers very quickly because I've learnt if I go ting, boom, 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 everything's connected, don't dwell on what I've done, why wouldn't God talk to me, what happened, why can't I get the answers, just be like, ting, 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 hello Lord, it's me again, and then all of a sudden we have a little talk about life, and God teaches me all the mysteries that I need to know, and then here I am, back in reality. For me, I don't know for you, but for me, I shut my eyes because it keeps me ting ting. It's like, for me, it's like turning the keys in the car or something, because it just turns on the engine and be like, okay, I'm all there, I'm all present, now connect. And it helps me to ascend to a place of awareness and seeing. And what I say, it's not humanly things, it's the way God talks to me. It's very special and it's very unique. But for you, I don't know, because you are you and you got to be all present, all there, and all ready to hear and receive for yourself. So, yeah, and so I think that's it, and I'm glad that I could share this message, and I'm glad I have some listeners, because I am trying to find a very special thing in life that I don't know anyone to explain things the way I explain things. But I'm getting there. I'm getting to a special place, and I feel like it's very important that people become aware of being all present and enjoy every breath, enjoy every glass of water. No, seriously, like being all present. And when you drink, don't drink because your body says, "Oh, get me a drink." Just be very intentional. Even though your body says maybe you should listen, maybe you shouldn't listen sometimes. And be very aware and appreciate the water, how it rehydrates your body, how it just flows down through off your tongue, down your throat, in your belly, and then all of a sudden it quenches your thirst, and you can really appreciate that. And it gets rid of those dry lips. And it's so good. Thank you, God. And you can really appreciate the water because without it, what would you be doing? You'd be very, very dehydrated and very frustrated and have even more things to complain about. But if you're just in the moment and just be more thankful and just be like, oh yeah, I got the water. I'm gonna get what I need in this drink. Thank you. That was so good. Thank you, Jesus. My body really likes that. And my body loves breathing. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, yeah. You can really appreciate the small things in life. And then that way, when someone comes in that is in the place of ding, 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 and they're not in the moment where they can just be like, I love you, thank you, I want to give something to you, or whatever. If they're not in the place, it doesn't matter because you're in the place. For example, this morning, my head was trying to tell me, go back to bed. Come on, go back to bed. You don't want to deal with anyone today. And I'm thinking, come on, brain. And then, because I said I was going to make brekkie for someone, and then my brain's trying to tell me, you don't want to make brekkie for anyone, go back to bed. And I'm like, yeah, maybe he's right. And then I'm thinking, who the heck is telling me all this crazy stuff? Matter of fact, I'm sick of being in that conversation. And then, after a while, I put the bin out, and then I'm like, here we go, interaction time. And in my interaction with that person, I was like, hey brother, you want me to make you some brekkie? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then I made this really, I reckon it was very lovely. He gave me a 10 out of 10 because it was like porridge with grated apple, cinnamon. It's kind of like, it tasted like an apple pie. Had some banana, strawberries, blueberries, coconut, these seeds, little seed things, and it tasted like some 5-star restaurant meal deal. And and when I was in the place, I realized when I was in the place of making brekkie, I was also in the place of being all present and being all grateful and thank you. My mind had nothing to say about it. It was quite confused because all my mind kept saying is, do not do anything for these people. They are full-grown adults. And I'm thinking, so what? I'm full-grown adult. I still love it if someone makes me brekkie. And then, and then when I started doing what my mind said no to do, not do, I was so in the moment and so enjoying helping and doing my part and giving something that my own hands made to someone else. I was like, wow, this is really cool. And then cleaning up afterwards, I was like, wow, this is even cool. And then doing vacuuming because I spilled food here and there. And I'm like, hey, I'm really enjoying this. But my mind's trying to tell me, no, don't do anything. And I'm like, It's time to do what I was wanted to do. It's time to do what I wanted to do. It's so good, it's so good. But these are the things that I realize that everyone's looking for, and it's called the awakening, being awakened. I've realized some people I cannot communicate with, and I realize it's because they're in this place of the timeline. Ting 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 ting, and they're stuck on that vibration of being in the past, in the present, not quite in the present, all consciously there, but in the present, all consciously somewhere here on the timeline. Instead of being very, very aware and very conscious enough to ascend and have a really deep, meaningful conversation, because I'm on this level. Ting, ting, fully undivided attention. You have my full heart. You have all my thoughts. You have my eyes are on you. My everything is completely here for you. This is where I am at. This is where I am, and I'm positioning myself to be there, to encourage you, to hear you, to know you. And I've realized people are not there to position themselves to hear me. And that's where I get the disruption from certain people. It's not I don't know if that's the right word, but that's where I get the incompatibility of me, and I'm not trying to brag, I'm not trying to say I'm so much better because I'm in the present moment. That means nothing. All it means is I'm here. I am. And all it means is they are somewhere around here trying to go back to their past or brag about the future or da 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 and bouncing there, and I'm like, hello? Hello? Where are you on this timeline? Where are you in the present moment? Can we have a conversation? And then I realize they're like running around on this thing, and they're like, I'm in the past. Nope, I'm in the future. Ha ha ha, nope, I'm on my phone. And I can't seem to get their fully undivided attention. I'm on the computer. Nope, I'm on the game. Now don't talk to me right now. It's very distracting. And I'm like, hello? Are you on the are you in the present moment? Can I have your undivided attention, please? Ha ha ha. And I realized even when I say, excuse me, may I please speak? Can I have an invitation to speak now? Because a lot of these people, they ramble about things, and they can't just get in the moment and talk. Anything that means anything. And even songs are doing it, I've realized, and that's why I'm not into songs, because they always like talking about stuff from their past, or talking about things in the future, or bragging about some useless piece of material, or money, and it's very subconsciously destroying our awareness of being in the moment, being able to appreciate. I mean, it not for me. For me, I'm different. Maybe some people really need to connect with music, but for me, I need to be, and it's a practice. Now I realize it's a second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour practice to intentionally be in this place of howdy partner. And you can be connected to the Lord and just be like, I love you, you love me, we are one big family. Or you can be in this place of being like, oh, someone beat their horn on me today, and they screamed something at me, and I dropped my thing, or just whatever, some crazy thing about the past or something. It doesn't even matter. It's gone. It's done with. It's time to get in the present moment. Be appreciative. Anyway, that's my message. I've bragged on about the same thing for like so long. I hope someone understands what I'm saying. Yeah. No. Yeah, no, I love you guys and I appreciate the listening and subscribe please. Thank you. Oi, oi, oi. Be in the moment. Be loving it. Ooh, loving it. Ooh.